baby keep on stressing me, she say she wanna fall. I can't do no texting, I send shots cause I'm a boss. Say she like the way I dress, I got that drip from my top. I'm knowing that I'm blessed, I got this shit from my. Hey everyone, just gonna let some people join and get started here. Can you hear me all right? Just gonna start with some push-ups. Get nice and warmed up. So this is my first live. I want this to be a healing space for everyone because, especially in this society, people are so tough. People are so, what's the word? People don't want to open up. But at the end of the day, you not opening up is keeping you in this prison, this mental prison. So yeah, let me know how your day's going so far. What maybe troubles you're going through, maybe good thing happening in your life. Just a little warm-up set. Just gonna let some people join and we'll get started. My goal with this channel is just to shed some light on spiritual practice because a lot of people want to demystify spiritual practice because you can study Hinduism, you can study Buddhism, you can study Muslim, you can study all these different religions, spiritual practices. But what's the actual answer? The actual answer is your body. The actual answer is what emotions, what thoughts, what sensations are going on in your body that you can't control. And in Christian terms, it's called possession. So I want to demystify spirit and spiritual practice. Sorry, 1 second. All right. Anyways, thank you for joining and being in this healing space, because it is not easy to come out of your comfort zone. It is not easy to really practice these things. So today, I'll probably start with some breath work, just to show you guys what I do every day, and then I'll get into more of the mystical stuff. Okay, so the first step of breath work, meditation, all these words, is relaxation. So first, you have to fully relax the body. You're trying to cultivate a separation between you and your thoughts, you and the sensations within your body. I'm going to do one round of breath work just to show you guys what my favorite breath work is, and then we'll work from there. So it's 30 breaths. I learned it from, if you guys know Wim Hof, that's where I learned it from. And I kind of put my own little spin on it here and there. And I listen to Hindu practitioners, and they know what they're doing. A lot of different religions, they have a lot of wisdom. You should get out of your comfort zone. So you're breathing in fully and letting go, breathing in fully and letting go, breathing in fully and letting go, and you will find that you rise higher. You will find that your inhale becomes longer and your exhale becomes shorter. I try to conceptualize the experience, but it is formless. It is shapeless. So if you were to try to listen with your intellect, you probably would grasp maybe 20% of it. But if you listen with your heart, your spirit, then you'll be better off. And no one, I want to make this clear, that I am not the one who has every answer. I only have the experience from my practices. And I've been quiet for a long time and just living my regular life. And you can't brag about your experiences, even if you have a divine experience that you really want to tell people. You want to tell people. It's better not to, unless God really tells you in that moment. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me, right? Thank you. Here. A lot to talk about, so little time. But for those who knew me, maybe from high school, maybe those who knew me maybe from my drug addiction, maybe those who knew me from me being a drug dealer. I've been a lot of different things in this life, and this is what I'm trying to speak about is the things that you identify with, the internal stimulation, because everything is internal. You might feel that someone else's opinion or anything external is out there, but in all reality, it's in your internal world. These things are these things are happening in your internal world, and the biggest key is awareness. So what you can become aware of, you can accept, and what you can accept, you can go beyond. So let me repeat that one more time. What you see, what you fully grasp, you can accept. And what you accept, you can go beyond. But if you're living in this noise, you will be identified with it. And it is almost like a possession in a way. And that's why I came to these answers within my drug addiction, because I was always wondering what is the reason? Because anyone can stop a drug. Anyone can refrain. Anyone can fast. Anyone can say, okay, I'm not going to eat for 10 days. But what about after that 10 days? Where are you really? And I see a lot of people relapse. I relapsed thousands and thousands and thousands of times in the darkness. And the answer is in spirit. The answer is in we have we have this darkness within us. I like to use a new age term because speaking biblically or speaking spiritually about it, it's more mystical. So I use it as higher self and lower self. So we all have this darkness within us, and we try to do everything we can to hide from it, but it just grows and it grows and it grows. And that is the whole basis of this teaching is once you burn it with your awareness, once light is shed, it is no longer darkness. So yeah, there's a lot of wisdom that I have uh, got from my practices. But we're gonna start periodically, start slow. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna start with a workout, but I'll start with some breath work because I wanted to really teach the most powerful practice you can do every day because meditation is tough. A lot of people can't sit with themselves for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, but anyone can change their breath. And if you really look at yourself and if you really observe yourself, you realize that when you're in these different states, that how the breath changes. So no one's perfect. The basis of this is just to observe yourself every single day. And within that, anyone who has seen themselves knows that there has been a time within your life that some stimulation has came with. It might have been anger, it might have been frustration, but you had to stop for a second and say, no, that is not me. This is not me. This is the basis of consciousness and spirituality teachings. And you don't need to go to mystery school. You don't need to go to the mountains and become a monk for 10 years to gain these practices. I'll do one more round. 30 breaths, fully in, letting go, fully in, letting go, fully in, letting go. Either 30 breaths or you get to a certain feeling and you know this is what I'm looking for. It's a certain stillness and it is beyond form. That's the way I can express it and conceptualize it. It is a place, it's like space. There is nothing there. There's no history. There's no up or down. Very mystical, but there is nothing there. And this is where you were before you came into this body. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it because this is my first live, so I do have a lot of things to talk about. But I appreciate you listening. This is not with force. You have to be relaxed doing this. And after the 30th breath, you stop on empty lungs and you sit with yourself. In my age, in my stages of meditation right now, I have a lot of noise, and I know that a lot of people, especially when they're just jumping right into meditation, that they have so much noise and they can't separate themselves from that noise. And the way to actually separate yourself, I thought it was through motion. I thought it was through 100-day challenges. If anyone knows me, then they know that I challenge myself. I do fasting. I do 100-day challenges. But that's not the answer. The answer is within stillness. And every single person has this wisdom. I'm not special. We are special, but I'm not that special. A lot to teach. I've studied quite a while, and the reason why I haven't expressed it is because it goes against a lot of people's personal views or experiences, and then they will fight you. People will fight you about what they believe in. It's like in The Matrix. If you've seen The Matrix, people that are programmed, they will fight you. Even you trying to wake them up, they will fight you because they want to stay in their programming. They want to stay in their ego. That's what these teachings are about, is all of this noise, all these sensations are ego. Yeah, shameless plug here. You guys want to look at some of the clothes I got. I'll answer some questions here. So, two, how do you get over suffering? So, suffering in general blanket term. So suffering is you. There's no one answer to suffering. The suffering comes from you not being connected to something, and that something is your being. That's what it is taught, is your being. And this being has no name. This being has no time, and it can only be experienced. So if you'd like to, right now, we can do a simple pranayama, which means breath of life. We'll do a simple one. So if you want to join me now, we'll do one full breath in and hold it. One more time. Because we were taught in schools that the heart is the pump, but the lungs are the pump. The lungs is what pumps the body, pumps the blood through the body. And the deeper connection you have with your spine, with your body in general, with your mind, then God will, or whatever you believe in, if it's not even God, if it's just the universe, there are certain things that become in alignment that if you devote yourself fully. I have a couple topics that are on my mind. I'm very passionate about nutrition. I'm very passionate about fitness. Oh, I'm very passionate about spirituality. So I'm gonna do one more round of breath work. I'd like to just show you guys because I've been practicing this. These breathing techniques for probably coming up on 2 years. So I'd like to lead by example. That's why I didn't come out and I didn't act like I could spread a lot of answers on my own personal struggles, but I didn't want to come out unless I see a lot of people on social media and they're talking from a place of one side. So let's say they're very nutrition based. So then I see the people who are alkaline, they say meat's poison. But then the people who are meatitarians, they say meat's good. But what about if we take all of them and put them together? That's how I choose to live. I choose to see all. Because if one religion, if Hinduism speaks about the mastering of the self, and then Christianity speaks about divine prayer, who's right and who's wrong? If one person does push-ups and does full reps, and one person does half reps and does, who's right or who's wrong? This is the whole thing about what I want to speak. Okay. So relax. The first step is relaxation. The second step is the first step is relaxation. The second step is to be aware of the internal stimuli and the external stimuli. Once you get aware of everything, then you look inward. After you look inward, you begin to feel a separation. Once you feel this separation, you observe everything, and that's why in meditation teachers they say, let it move like a cloud. So once you are separated, then everything, this is when the experience comes. Everything becomes one. The inner becomes the outer, and everything becomes one. It's very mystical, but what else are you here to do? What else are you here to spread light, or are you here to spread darkness? Sometimes you have to just give up what you look like. Most times you have to give up your you have to give up the thoughts that you have of what you look like, because you have to help people at the end of the day, especially myself personally, because my son, I have to help my son. You have to help the people around you. So you can't be too cool to help the people around you. That's a fact. So I'm gonna do a little bit of calisthenics, a little bit of workout, and then the next time I jump on some live, I'll do a full breath work. Um, so I'm kind of all over the place, and I understand that, but we're trying to get it all out. It's been stuck inside for a while. I know a lot of people struggling with addiction at the moment, and I want to, through the wisdom that I have, I want to help the people around me, because a lot of good people are struggling. A lot of really good people are struggling. If you've watched this far, thank you, and I appreciate you. So at this moment, who are you? At this moment, what stimuli is going through yourself? Really observe yourself. Thank you guys. I hope the audio's all right. most times, especially myself, the message I want to get across is just start. You might be embarrassed. You might not have it all together, but just start. That's the answer. You just have to start. You guys, thank you. Thank you guys. I think we're gonna end it here. The next time I come on, I'm gonna do a specific live stream just about breath work. And then maybe after that we'll do some fitness stuff. But the thing I want to get across fully is the spiritual practice that I've been doing. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. And thanks for the people coming in live and commenting. I appreciate it.